Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm, of course, your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Tier 10 American autoloading heavy tank, the T57 Heavy, and comparing it to the French autoloading heavy tank, the AMX 50B. In Update 9.1, both of these vehicles received changes, the 50B receiving quite possibly one of the largest changes to all the heavies in Tier 10. So, I figured why not compare these tanks? It's been a while since I've done a previous comparison video on these two, so let's revamp it and let's talk about their different playstyles, starting off with the AMX 50B. Now, the 50B did not gain or lose mobility in Update 9.1, so it still has its 50 km/h top speed and a pretty dang solid power to weight of 22.6, making it one of the most mobile heavies in the game. But as a downside, it doesn't really have armor. Its hull is only 170 millimeters on the front, although it is actually quite angled. The frontal plate is where a lot of people get trolled that are inexperienced and just kind of bounce off of it. But when it comes to the turn armor, yeah, it's not very hard to pen. It's only 140. You might get a couple troll bounces here and there, but definitely nothing game-changing. When it comes to the sides of the hull, it is only 30 millimeters thick, making it incredibly weak. Literally any tier 10s or even tier 9s running stock guns can penetrate your sides with HE ammunition. Gotta be pretty careful about that. Even 3 calibers rule will laugh at the side armor of the AMX 50B. The real thing that was changed on this vehicle in Update 9.1 was the gun. It now carries a 4-shell autoloader. Actually looks like we're up against Fatness. Not sure if he's streaming or whatnot, but he is in actually one of the other deadliest autoloaders now in Tier 10, the TVP 5051. So I guess we're gonna find out, right? Okay, so a bit of bad news. Unfortunately, my recording software decided to die on me because my computer had no space left, but cleared a couple bit of gigabytes, and we're all good. Back recording. Unfortunately, I have to use the replay now, but I guess it's better than nothing, so I'll pretend like it's live gameplay. The enemy team has an AMX 50B, they have an E100, TVP, WZ-111-5A, an E75, T92E1, and a T95. Now, in the beginning of this battle, ooh boy, I got double tapped by Flabber right in the front end. That's not necessarily good for me, because I don't want to bleed health in the beginning of the battle. So I was like, not really sure what I should do here. I can't poke up top, because the 50B, as I did go over, has very weak turret armor. So there's no way I'm poking an E100, and I really can't do anything off to that side of the map, especially if Fatness gets a hold of me. I mean, he's got literally a 1.5 second interclip, and you do have to play somewhat smart against players that can absolutely ruin your day. Thankfully, the E75 missed me, and we get a pretty nice shell in, dealing, oh boy, 624 damage with the fire before the dude finally extinguished it. There you go, 1 shell into the 50B, and we get a second one in, and that's all 4 of my shells, dealing 1,750 damage. There's a lot of people out there that don't necessarily like how the 50B has changed, and by the way, just watch my Waffles hit points. Yeah, that is why you run Spalliner on your tanks that have no armor and have the opportunity to. Just a suggestion, and that suggestion would have saved that Waffle's life. So we get another nice shell into that E75, but unfortunately for me, we bleed 506 health to deal only 300 back. I'm trying to figure out, well, what the heck do I want to do in this battle? I'm keeping my 3 shells loaded because that's still around 1100 damage able to be dealt, and I don't really want to deal with that stuff over there because I know they're going to push on me, but I also see that Fatness is flanking off to the side. He's probably going to go for my 4005. I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to try and help out my 4005 at least a little bit. I know that there's no way he's just going to try and one-on-one at 4005. It's going to be the worst decision ever. And he also can't take a clip from me, especially because he probably thinks I have all 4 shells, so I'm going to instantly start reloading my clip as he probably thinks I'm down to 3, and judging that 3 is almost enough to kill him, he's still probably a little cautious about me. I'm cautious of him because HE can absolutely demolish my tank as I went over in the side. We saw what happened to the Waffle. So I'm just playing this smart, letting my clip reload, not doing anything over aggressive, letting my team do their job while they have the hit points. We got the 100. Unfortunately, the 50B's kind of derpy accuracy doesn't go exactly where I want it to, but it's fine. We still got 3 more shells in the barrel, and if that E100 or the E75 or really anybody pushes on this 215B, I've got his back. So here we go. E100 pushes out. We get a nice shell in. Now we got the E75 poking his track wheel. Boom. There's 1 easy shell into the E75 and 2 easy shells in. We're up to 3,300 damage dealt. As you'll notice this game, sure, the 50B did receive a bit of a DPM nerf in the latest update, but to me, I don't really see it that much as a nerf. I feel like you can still use the tank just as well, and it's actually kind of nice to be able to miss one or even two shells and still be able to output 800 to 1200 damage. It is pretty nice. You only lost 20 damage per shot. That's not really that much. In a whole clip, you're losing 80 damage, but obviously you gained an extra shell as well, so you're actually dealing like, what, a 1520 damage clip? To me, I think that this tank is so devastating after Wargaming changed it. Now, I kind of figured Fatness didn't have many options left to go, so I figured I might as well just try and get a shell in. There you go. We get a nice pen, bounces my frontal plate. We get a second nice pen in, and because we do outtrade him, at this point in time, we are able to get that final penetration in, finishing him off. And there you go. Pretty good game. I will definitely say that Fatness put in an extremely valiant effort. I mean, he ruined that WT's day. That was honestly kind of funny and sad to watch. At the time, I was like, oh no, that's not good. But it was also kind of funny to watch him just absolutely fall apart. That is, again, why you run Spall Liner on your tanks, especially like the Grill, especially like the Waffle, when you have the opportunity to. So, the 50B, as you noticed in that game, is very strong with its mobility. We would not have been able to flex the way we did with the 57 Heavy, where we did in comparison to the 50B. It also has a great gun when it's regarding to its 1200 clipping potential previously. Now it is 1500, and I love that. Being able to have more firepower means that opponents are less capable of pushing you. They're a little more scared. People don't know how many shells you have in the clip, and when you add that in with the fact that the 50B is so mobile, I just feel like this tank has the insane capability of just nuking opponents. Now, we are moving on to the T57 Heavy. This vehicle, in Update 9.1, got a buff and a nerf. To me, I think of it as a buff. Its turret armor got way better. Its hull armor got worse. Its hull is now penetrable by most tier 10s in the front, but its turret is way, way harder to pen. In fact, I was recording earlier today on my Yo, and I bounced the flat side of a T57 Heavy turret. And you'll notice, for example, the enemy team has two T57 Heavies. This is one of the most popular tier 10s in the game. And I mean, it's pretty obvious to see why. It's got over 3,100 DPM now. It's got shell reload boost. It's got decent armor. The 57 Heavy is the tank that Wargaming just keeps on buffing for some reason, even though nobody ever said it needed a buff. I remember when this tank first got buffed, like two years ago, I made a video saying why buff the tank, and even Meadsy made a video like agreeing with me. This was like when my channel really was not large. And yeah, I don't understand why this tank keeps getting buffed, because it's really a vehicle that does not need or deserve buffs. Sure, there might be people out there that struggle with it, but it's really not a tank that's super complex on the playstyle as long as you understand basic arithmetic. Look, I shoot you 3 times, you shoot me once. Haha, I win trade. That's really all you gotta do with the 57. So, unfortunately, we did not pen that shell, and we also got the enemy 57 shooting at me, which we bounced, as you did see, the turret armor being troll. Unfortunately, we bled 800 health. That's just how quick you can lose health to a 57 Heavy. You literally just look to your side for 1 second. You know, I got hit for 400. I was just kind of hoping that it wasn't the 57, but it turned out it was. Kind of unfortunate for me. But the good news is that we have our 1-2-1 off to the side, and I'm expecting that guy to kind of not really give this IS-4 much life, but you know what? It's fine. We'll get a nice penetration in. We got the enemy 57 off to the side over here, and this guy, he's in a bit of a tricky situation, isn't he now? There's 1 shell into his tank, and 2 shells into his tank. There you go. That's 900 hit points we just took off of him, and now we start reloading again. 57 Heavy gets cleared by the WZ-121, and I mean, we're already 8 seconds left on our clip reload. Unfortunately, our 183 missed the shell, but I mean, it's average 183 player. They always miss the easiest shots, so let's see what we can do here. Is the 2 and 5B still alive? Yes. Okay, so I do have to be careful about the enemy 2 and 5B. I would expect the enemy team to try and push through here, would be my guess, you know, but not too sure. I'm expecting them to cross right here, so I'm just going to wait. I think that this is a smart decision. There you go. There's the 57 spotted. Not sure why the guy's going that way. That's fine with me. That gives me the opportunity to push straight on through and get behind, or not behind, but towards the waffle and the enemy 121. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I really don't want to shoot that waffle, and I'm not going to. There's 1 shell into the 121, 2 shells into the 121, and 3. Sure, we bled 535, but again, basic arithmetic. We dealt 1,150 to the 121 to lose 500 health. Who do you think won that trade? I mean, this is all you really need to do in the T57 Heavy to come out with victories, is just know how to trade. If you come out on top with your hit points, then you're going to come out on top almost every single time. At this point, all that's left is the standard B off to the side, and I mean, this standard B literally has no chance, and the enemy 57 Heavy, that is somewhere towards base A. Yeah, there he is. Okay, let's go for 1 shell. And because he missed me, we have no chance of dying. There's 2 shells, and let's go for that 3rd. Nice. Again, just showcasing the great clipping potential. Full health tank, now down to 1,237. It also looks like most of my team is not over here, which means I can maybe get a little bit more damage. We got 4 more seconds left on our clip. 3, 2, 1, and kabonker. There you go. Nice shell, and with that we were just able to break 4,000 damage. In my opinion, I think both of these tanks are amazing, and it's really down to your personal playstyle. If you struggle and you want a tank that's a bit easier, but you still want to play a really good clipper, 57 Heavy is the way to go. It's just an insane tank. If you use the tank correctly, and as I said, basic arithmetic, just boom, 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 1,200 damage, and they shoot you back for 400, even 600, you're still dealing double the damage they dealt to you. It's very easy to do well in this tank. The 50B, definitely a bit trickier. You have to understand where to use it, when to push, how to use the clip, especially with the 4 shells instead of the 3 now. Definitely a bit harder. But in my opinion, I do like the 50B a bit more now, as I think its playstyle is just a bit more spunky. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like it in the future, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. And other than that, I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.